Hi everyone, it's Jenny. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So I did a crafty haul the other day and bought some papers from the range. I bought a 12 by 12 pad which had this beautiful rose on it and this on the other side. And I absolutely loved making that fun fold card, so I'm going to make another one because I really enjoyed it. And I'm trying to use up this bit box. So I'm going to be careful because I don't want to spill it like I've done previously. So I'm just going to put it out of the way for the minute. I've got that paper, and I'll also make a belly band over the top. And I found this paper, which is from my Sentimentally Yours, Phil Martin's magazine that I used a little while ago. So I think that's going to be long enough, I hope, to go around the card. And it's nearly, yeah, it might not actually, because it needs to be a 12 by 12 piece really, and it's not quite 12. We'll see. I might be able to use that. Let's have a go. And if you haven't had a go at one of these or watched my other video, then please have a go at this, because it might look difficult, but it's really not when you break it down. So all you need is one sheet of 12 by 12, and you need to cut it in half. So you then end up with two pieces, 6 by 12. And then you need double-sided really. Decide what you want the front of the card to be and what you want the inside of the card to be. Now I think I'm going to go with the roses, of course. So I want that on the inside of my card when you open it up, which means that is going to be the front and that's going to be inside. And then this is going to be the back. So I think I'll have the roses at the back and this inside. Yeah, right. So what you need to do basically is, with both pieces, you can score or you can cut in half. Not cut in half, sorry. Just fold in half. If you haven't got a scoreboard, because you basically need to make 3 lines, one at 3 inches, one at 6 inches and one at 9 inches. So easy way to do that is just to fold it in half if you haven't got a scoreboard, and also it's just easier than getting the scoreboard out. So I've scored that. You then end up with that. You then want to fold the end piece into the middle, and that will be your score at 9 inches. And then turn it round and do exactly the same. Go to the middle of that 6 score line and then score it there, which will be your 3. So once you've done that, you can't really see it on here because of the paper, but you've got a score at 3, 6 and 9. And then we're going to do that exactly the same on the second piece. Now, what was I working out? So that's going to be no, I want that to be the back of the card because I want the roses to open out, don't I? That's right. So I'm just going to rescore that the other way round, just to make sure those bits are right in. Let's just pull that across slightly so I've not got a gap there, and score that one. Right, so that'll be the front, and that's going to open up. Okay, and then I want this piece inside and this piece at the back, so I'm going to do it this way now. Is that right? Am I doing it right? Yes, I'm going to have this at the back, this inside. I'm confusing myself now, so sorry if I'm confusing you. Apologies. We're going to do exactly the same as what we've just done. We're going to score it at 6 in half, and then we're going to score it again at 3 and 9. It's probably easier, just as easy both ways. You've got your scoreboard out, or if you haven't got one. I just wanted to show you how to do it if you haven't got a scoreboard, because some people don't have one. Right. So let's fold that back again, Jenny. We're getting this the right way around. This is the only bit that gets confusing. If you have the same paper, it wouldn't matter. But because I've got different paper, it's going to matter. So that is going to be the front of the card. I'm going to put that to the side for a minute. It doesn't matter actually, because when we open the card up, it's going to have the roses inside. So, okay, so then we're going to get our one piece that we've got. And we're going to bring this corner down to this corner. So you're going to bring it down like so to the edge of the score line at 6. Just holding on to it before I score it. And then you're going to score like that. Okay, and then we're going to do exactly the same this side. Bring this one down to the edge, and again score that one. Okay, so then we've got that. We're going to then turn it round and we're going to come back the other way. So we're just scoring the other side exactly the same. Just line up those edges. And let's score that. And then we're going to bring that one down. It's more difficult to see the actual scorings, I think, with patterned paper, especially when it's black and white. Okay, so you then should have, just making sure, that will go in like so and fold like that, and that will go in and fold like that. Only I'm going to have to bring it that way. This is my paper. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yes, so that's going to be what you're going to open up in the middle of the card like so. So it's basically, you're going to get your card and we're going to stick this in the middle. But we're going to do the middle part first, because once it's glued, it's going to be difficult. So it's easier to do this. So I've just got a little piece of pink card, which measures 4x4. And that is basically going to sit in the middle here. So I'm going to glue that down. Let's just put some glue on that and get that in. And that is going to go in there. And I have to say, with all these pink roses, it's quite difficult to see. You've got a little border on each side. So that's the middle. I've then literally just stamped a sentiment, wishing you a day that is as special as you are. And then I got my pink glitter marker, and I've just gone round the edge to give it a bit of colour. Now, let's just get the box out and see what we can use, because there's going to be, oh, that's pretty, be happy, be bright, be you. I got these from Amber. I like that. Might use that. Oh, there's a glitzy handbag there. Do you know what? That could go on the front, on the belly band. Possibly. For you. That could go on the belly band as well. Oh, there's a little heart. Some little flowers. I drew that one. Do you know what? Let's use some of these little bits up, because that was the whole point of me getting this out. Let's see what else is in here that's pink. There's a little leaf. I did have this out the other day, trying to use some of the bits. Oh, there's a little butterfly. Could have that. That's not quite the right colour there. It's not the right colour. Okay. Those are pretty. So's that. Do you know what? Look, what about we've got to remember that it's got to be that way, because when you're opening it, I did have some other little bits that matched. See, that's pretty. Close that. Shine Bright. Do you know what? I think those two might be enough. So in that case, we're not going to need these, are we? Well, I'll leave them out because in case we... That's pretty as well. Change our mind as we go. Right, let's try that. I think that looks pretty. And then there's still room to write whatever you want. So, right, let's go for this one first. I'm going to put that in the middle on my board there. Let's have this one first, because that's my sentiment in the middle. And that will go about there. And that will quite happily sit there. Pretty little stickers. Yeah, Amber sent me these in a spring swap. And then this one, and go the other side. Be happy, be bright, be you. I like that. And then that fits on there quite nicely as well. And then you could write your sentiment however, you've got enough room in there. Right, so we're going to close it up and bring back our card. So it just means that the roses are matching, and we are going to glue. I'm just making sure that my bits aren't sticking out, because if you have got a bit sticking out, you can always just nip off the edge. And I might have to just do that tiny little bit off there. Oh, knocked my head. I just knocked the camera. No, you can still see. It's just a tiny, tiny bit. That's okay, because that will fit. It just looks like it's just touching a tiny bit. Just snip a tiny little bit off each side. Literally. You won't even see that. You can't even see that. So what we are going to do is, it's round the right way. I'm going to glue this down. Thumb out the way. Put quite a generous amount on. And I'm putting that in the centre. I'm just making sure, before I push it down, that is in the centre. I might have to just snip a tiny, tiny, tiny piece off the back there. Not off the front piece. Just the back piece there. That's it. Right, so that's stuck down. Then we're going to put a piece of glue on here, just on this triangle. Like so. And then we're going to push that down like that. Do exactly the same the other side on the triangle. Bit of glue, and we'll close it up. I'm just going to turn that over and push it down. There we go. So then when you open the card up, there you go, like so. So what we need to do is a belly band, but this is going to be 12, isn't it? It's going to be 6 and 6, and I don't think that's going to reach. But if I put a piece of card, let's try it. My thought is, let's have this. Let's just get my cutter out. I'm going to want a piece. I'm going to want it, just thinking which side. I'm going to have that side, I think. I'm going to want it about 1.5 inches wide. Is that right? Yes. So let's just cut that. Cut that off. Get that. Now, it's not going to be long enough, is it? How far in does it go? Let's have a look. Let's put that piece there because I know that's straight, and then I can put that there, and then that's straight, but I want it in the middle, so about there. So if I bring that piece in to there, we don't want it too tight, that's the thing. And we'll bring that piece into there. That's going to be my belly band, and that will slide off quite nicely. So even though it is short, I'm just going to score those properly. My thought is, if I use a piece of pink like I've got on the front there, if I get a little pink square, I'm sure I've got some more of that pink, or I could use something a bit thicker. I've got this card actually, which is a bit thicker. And then I want a square on this, probably 3 by 3, I think. So if we do, yeah, if we do 3 by 3, that's good. That's what that is. And we bring back the other paper because I want that to match the belly band. And let's see if we can get a piece with a butterfly on. And that piece has got one there. So that's going to give us, I want it just under 3. 3. I can always cut a bit off the end actually. I'm trying to get that butterfly in. So let me just do that, because that's just under, and that's just clipping the wing, isn't it? So let me take a tiny piece off there, and then do it just under 3, and that gets that butterfly in perfectly. And then that I can mount onto there quite nicely. Yep, that'll fit. So let's pop that on there. Oh, and put that piece on there. Got a very tiny little border, which is all I wanted. And then I'm thinking I can glue that onto there. And that, oh, I've done it wrong, haven't I? Because I wanted it like that. I need to do it that way. Is that going to look silly now I've got the butterfly around the wrong? Although, to be honest, you probably wouldn't have been able to get it like that. I think that'd be fine, but you remember you've got to put it on that way. So I just need a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue there. And we should be all right. Right, so let's just pop that there. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. And I'm going to go up on that line there and down on that line there. And I'm hoping I've got that right. There we go. Let's just push that down and make sure it's stuck properly. Now I'm hoping that You Know Who doesn't start, because I can hear, I've got the door open because it's quite warm, and I can hear voices outside, so I'm hoping. Right, let's see. There we go. I mean, what did I say? Did I speak too soon? I thought she's so tired with the heat that she wouldn't actually get up and do anything. There we go. Right, and then that will slide quite nicely down on there. There we go. I've done it quite loose so that it can slide it off. I quite like that combination. Then we can just put something on the top. So I was thinking, I don't think that's going to go, to be honest with you. I've got my little bits and pieces. Because I don't think I'm going to put happy birthday or anything on there yet. Or would it be? It would be for a happy birthday. No, I'm going to change my mind again. Let's do a happy birthday, shall we? Let me just get my little box of tricks out. That has got all my little... Congratulations? No, I don't think so. It's going to be a birthday because of the message. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Honestly, I don't know if it's the weather or what. She's just... Yeah. Do you know what? I quite like that. Let's go for that, shall we? Let's go for that. I'll just pop that out of the way. That goes under my desk there. Yes, I like that. So let's stick that down. And then we can go round. Pop that there. It does make for quite a thick card though. That's the only thing. So it's probably one that I would deliver. I'm going to go for that under there. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue there and just pop that under there so it's poking out off the edge. I've got a little butterfly that I think could go on the corner there. Like that. I don't think my flower's going to look... No, that's going to look wrong. I could always have that coming down. If I can get that under there, that could come off like that. I like that. I'm only going to glue the bottom bit then, because that bit's going to stick up. It's not actually stuck on the belly band. That under there, and then that across there. Perfect. There we go. So that's the card. So we open it up. So I do like the flowers on there. So it's a bit of a butterfly and flower theme, with a hint of pink, of course. And that's the belly band. That comes off like that. And then you open the card up and there's your message inside. So I hope you like that. Please do. I know I did one recently, but I really enjoyed doing it. And please have a go. It's really not that difficult. And it makes such a fantastic card. My gap's a little bit much there, so I didn't pull it in enough. But I think I'll do, the next time I do one, I'll do it on the scoreboard just to see. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Take care, everyone. Crafty hugs, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.